I am so sad right now. My sorrow has sorrow. But I did want to show you how clean my place is. Still have to scrub the counters, but I mean, there's the Califia Farms organic milk. Since there's no more Mama, I'm going to be using up her Califia Farms non-organic. Califia Farms, that's what the commercial said, non-organic milk. I'm throwing away that delicious meal I made for us, and even though I liked it, I don't like to eat that heavy. I just don't like to eat the bean meal that heavy. I can eat beans, but I don't like it, the baked sweet. I just don't like to eat that heavy. I made it for her, and she loved it, and she's gone, and I don't want to eat it. I'm just going to toss it in the garbage. I'm not even going to bother playing the game of putting it in the freezer because I know I'll never thaw it. I don't want to eat it. I liked it all right. She liked it better. It just makes me sad. I don't want to even, I'm just going to throw it away. The place is, see how clean it is? Because it's being prepared to be hopefully sold. Hopefully, you know, there's no fucking guarantees, obviously. I'm just not doing good, to say the least. Not doing good. Especially because you know it's going to play in my mind. If I were not such the L word, if, you know, then I wouldn't have to have I could take care, you know, I would be able to afford and not have my mom have to go into one of those places. You know, so that, of course, is going to just be killing me more. Of course it is. She had such fucking delusional big dreams and hopes and all that, and it all came to total fucking shit. It was all a lie all along. I don't like even looking at those pictures. But it's my Omar shrine, so I'm not gonna touch it. My mom was sick. She was messing with it, and I got upset. You know, God, Mom, do anything but mess with Omar's shrine, you know? But I can't control what she does, as we've established, or she wouldn't have stayed up Wednesday night after going to bed at 10:30 and being up at 1, 2.5 hours sleep, and staying up all night, all the next day, and then she falls and breaks her hip. So, you know, it's just... Here's my peanut butter and jelly sandwich I'm going to have. It's almost all organic. The blueberry, I think, is not, I think it's it's preserved. I think it's non-GMO. It's not organic, but it's close. Yeah, I've never been this depressed. I can't even believe it. But when she was doing it, I'm smart, you know. What the fuck are you doing staying up all night? And the hospital's like, well, did she have, you know, they're trying to call and say, why'd she fall? She doesn't take her own safety seriously. My conscience is clear. I said that after. They were like, we're not trying to accuse you. Yeah, go ahead and try to, my conscience is clear. The same day she fell and broke her hip, I texted everybody she knew in the morning to say how was on 2.5 hours sleep, and I took her walker away. She has to just use the wheelchair. She's not safe using both. And, you know, I wasn't thinking you're accusing me. I don't care, because I know I did everything in my power. didn't have insomnia. She didn't even try to go back to bed. She was in our fucking bathroom for an hour. And finally I was up watching Friends, and I went, and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm cleaning the bathroom. Mom, your job is to stay safe. I will clean the bathroom. And she had been in there for an hour. Sometimes she takes a long time to do whatever, but no. And then she didn't go back to bed. And I know it's in response. I just instinctively know her, because I know when it's happened in the past, when she feels abandoned, when she feels like no one loves her, when she feels like she has no friends. Remember, we were waiting to get her shot. She was crying her eyes out to a female stranger, a young one who had, not real young, but young, younger than me, probably 30s, and was on crutches. I don't know her story, and I wasn't going to find out her story. I just want to get my mom her shot and get out of there. But my mom was crying to this stranger, and my mom can't stand her lot in life now, and who can blame her? Nobody. But if you're going to be in denial about it, it's going to get fucking worse. I was doing the best I could for you. Like Joe says, though, when she knew that she's staying up on 2.5 hours sleep and banging around in her room all night and just taking risks and whatever, he's like, yeah, she's basically, you're just keeping her comfortable until the next fall or hospitalization. And it was an omen. It was whatever, because he said all that in response to me saying what she had done all night, and then I took the walker away. I was happy when she said she wants to use the walker from now on, because, she's feeling like, I don't want to be trapped in this house. I don't want to not walk again. All this fucking crap. And then her mind causes her to not take her own safety seriously, to the point of now she's got a broken hip, and it's probably the end for her, because it's one thing to have that, and if you have someone who has money who can take care of you at home, hire a nurse or whatever, it's quite another fucking thing to go in one of those, those places for rehab. And bathroom. My job is to use the thing I borrowed from a neighbor and scrubbing bubbles and try to clean my fucking tub, which it can come off, it'll come off the best that it can, I can't afford to hire someone to take it off. We don't have any money at all. There's my mom's room. I put the wheelchair in here. I want the wheelchair gone. It just reminds me of everything. It's just so fucking sad, because it's not like she does it on purpose. Her mind, it was her downfall. Her mind just was rebellious. Her mind just was resented. She resented. And she'd be like, how would you like to go to the bathroom in your pants? How would you like? I'd rather go to the bathroom in my pants than go fast trying to get to the bathroom and risk falling, Mom. Well, how would you like to be in? I wouldn't. But I would rather, how would you like to be taking these baby steps and not get to the bed? I wouldn't, Mom, but I'd rather use the walker than use a wheelchair and be giving up and not, and better to, your legs are going to atrophy and you won't ever walk again. So to me, how would you like this? How would you like that? I wouldn't like any of it, Mom. But it's your reality that I can't change. I can only try to make it the best for you. And I can only warn you, be careful when I see you doing the stupidest fucking shit when you can't walk. When you're unable to walk without assistance, either human or wheelchair walker assistance, whatever, then you don't take risks. And you don't have the delusion that you can't fall. Mama, be careful. You're going to fall. Don't do that. Don't bend down to the ground to pick up your stupid You're obsessed with this piece of paper you have writing. You want to take it to bed. I told you, don't carry that around. I keep finding it and you keep dropping it. But if she sees herself dropping it, I've watched her bend down. Mom, what are you doing? I'm not going to fall. Mom, you've fallen before. How can you have the delusion you're not going to fall? That's crazy. Anyone can have something bad happen at any time. I've never been hit by a car and seriously injured, but it can happen. It's just sort of mental illnesses or downfall. There's nothing I can do. Obviously, I'm not showing you the laundry room. That's all filled with stuff. But I'm showing you every other room so you can see how amazingly spotless it all is. It's all spotless. There's my babies on the pillow. I sleep with all of them. I hug them at night. That's my lot in life for good, forever. And you who want to say, but that's your own fault. Of course it's my own fault. Nobody's saying to the contrary. I've said it repeatedly. Joe doesn't, he doesn't care. But even if you do care, like, if you don't put any effort, nothing's going to change. So, and if you're just too messed up to put in any, that's just the way it is. That's the way it goes. Doesn't mean I can't be sad about it, but it's reality. And it's still as lonely and as whatever and as pathetic as it is, it's still better than what I had with that on the wall and being abused, right? That was the woman who thought this is better than being alone. No, it's not. Not in the universe. I may as well have been alone. It's worse. It's way worse. I didn't know it at the time, but now I do. I'm just so, I've never felt this bad before. It's palpable. My sorrow and depression, it's off the charts. I don't even know what to do with myself. Like, seriously, I don't. Anyway, this is my house. It's hopefully gonna sell. I don't know what's gonna happen with my mom. I need her. Horror stories about broken. I need her to be in the best facility that they can send out. They're sending out for beds, and a lot of people don't want my mom with all her health problems and mental problems and mild dementia, and they say no even if they have beds. And what they told me on the phone is sometimes they say no because they don't have the means to take care of someone with dementia. But last time you put her in a dementia ward, she shouldn't even have been there because they want to act like she has such bad dementia that if she says anything about them neglecting her, oh, your mother has dementia. I don't think that happened. You're a fucking cunt. I hate you. Little fucking half my age or around half my age twit. She wasn't an aide, she was a head nurse. Anyhow, I have to not be able to reach my mom. Again, the big L word, it's reality, okay? You say, that's not true. Yes, it is true. From multiple directions, it's true. But nonetheless, I already told them, you can't send her back to that other place. I'm supposed to, probably never will, but it doesn't matter. I already did file, they know I complained about them. I just didn't do it officially. In the sick place, the manager I talked to, can you not file meanwhile these places are supposed to have it hung on their wall where you can file a complaint and chain of command and all that crap. He's like, they're just jerks. He's like, can you not file a complaint with the Department of Public Health? Let us investigate first. Yeah, sure. You're never going to investigate first. You're not going to do that in any universe. My mom won't even be in here. And, he's full of shit. I'm like, no, I can't. And then, I was too busy taking care of my mom to file that complaint. I did get the paperwork and lost it and got it again and misplaced it, and surprise. However, the fact is she's not going back there. The fact is I learned my lesson. You have to make sure it's not by a rating. It's not a rating overall. It's the Medicare fucking rating. That's what you got to look at. But they're a sucky place. And anyhow, Not that being a better rating is any better, because look what happened 4 years ago. She was in a 5-star rating, and she was falling in there because, again, the whole thing, don't want to go to the bathroom in my pants. So even though I'm in a back and neck brace and I'm risking my life, she has no concept of it. I don't think anyone even told her. She just doesn't even think. She's in a back and neck brace and is going to walk to the bathroom without assistance because she'd rather be dead. She'd rather risk her fucking life. She's not able to think. That's what Joe says. She's not able to think of the consequences. She has no self-awareness. That's my mom. No fucking self-awareness of the precarious nature of her situation. Even when she's in a nursing home, she's not any safer than she is here. It's just that they do have 24/7 if something happens, okay? But in the long run, she's not any safer in these facilities. They can't keep her safer. Proof of that is she's fallen in any one she's been in, and more than one she's been in, and neck and back brace, and she's going to get up because they don't come in time. Be they a 5-star or a 1-star or in between, they don't want to change. They want to change a diaper. They don't want to come to take you to the bathroom all the time, especially with my mom. She thinks she has to go to the bathroom and then doesn't. That happens here too. And they don't want to go through it. I talked to somebody who's in the know. Didn't work there, but knows, and they don't want to do it. They want to change you. And if you're someone like my mom who's humiliated beyond it, she'd rather die than go in the bathroom in her pants, she's going to risk her fucking life, okay? So I've already been grieving. I've already said goodbye. I've told them you don't send her back to that place. And you got to send her somewhere I can get via public transportation, even if it takes me all day long. Like I visited her in the nursing homes before when I lived with that asshole and his dog and whatever. It was an all-day affair, as in I was gone for 12 hours. Visited my mom in the mental hospital for a couple hours, and the rest was sent taking and waiting for public transportation all day. I left at 8 in the morning, I think, and got home at 8 at night, but I could do it, okay? So if she goes into a place, I won't be visiting her 3 times a week if it's far away, but I have to balance it. What's better, a shitty place where I can get to her or a better place? I don't know anymore because I'm barely hanging on in this fucking life anymore with all this shit. I was desperately, I begged my mom and plead and cry, Mom, what are you doing? She's balancing. One time I caught her in the bathroom. I had told her weeks beforehand when I caught her, even I can have to be careful if I have to put on a pair of pants or something. Everyone is better off sitting safely on a bed, a couch. I mean, I still do it. It's stupid. You should just sit down. But if you can't walk, you have to sit down at all times. I caught her over here one time. She was wearing shorts under her yellow skirt. She had taken them off to do her toiletry, okay? Remember, she resents all of it. I don't blame her, but it's her reality that's not going to change. And if she can't accept it, she's going to risk her life. It's going to get fucking worse, as in break your hip and probably die. And that is her reality now. But I did everything in my power to try to prevent it. I begged and pleaded and cried. Shortly after she got home, weeks in or whatever, but not, it was probably, I caught her over here trying to balance, okay, with this vanity, trying to what the hell was she doing? She had her shorts and bending down and trying to put the shorts on, instead of sitting on the toilet and doing it safely, or going out to the living room or going to her bedroom, okay? She has no fucking concept of her own fucking safety. She has no concept, people. She has no concept. It's the most dumb, it dumbfounds me. I'm dumbfounded over it. And it was fucking killing me all the fucking time. It's not like she always did it. It's when she gets nervous and has to obsessing over not going to the bathroom in her pants. She'll go quickly. She'll risk her life. She'll do whatever. But also she just does stupid fucking things. Case in point, you can barely stand without stumbling. You can't walk alone to save your life. And you are going to be bending down. I mean, even I could have almost fallen trying to do that. You have to accept your limitations. And she wouldn't do it. She's fucking screwed. And Joe says that could be because she just doesn't want to be old, doesn't want this reality, and then she's got people not even visiting her and crying to strangers in the friggin' doctor's office, crying in the waiting room, and I'm hearing her and I want to cry because it's the truth. She leaves them voicemails. They don't even have the courtesy to return her calls. And like Joe says, if they don't feel comfortable taking her to church, which I get, it's a big hassle now when she can't walk, okay? And you have to wheel her around in a wheelchair. You have to, or if she's going to use the walker, whatever, and you have to take her to the bathroom like the woman did a few weeks ago. And it's a big pain in the ass. But that same woman said in 3 weeks she'd do it again, and she just didn't even return my mother's calls. Like Joe says, that's so horrible to do to your poor mother. Like, even if they don't feel comfortable taking her to church, they could still stop by. I'm sorry, name of my mom, I can't take you to church. I don't feel comfortable. I'm afraid you might fall, but I'm going to stop by and visit you. Here's a muffin. You know, that's what Joe says, and he's disgusted with all these people. They don't want to face my mother's tears, and so the solution is just to ignore her fucking repeated voicemails. And then she's a little kid and she wakes up on Sunday, gets all ready for church. I'm upset with her because she's waking me up, pounding on my door at, she wants her phone at like 7 in the morning, and she doesn't get her phone, she knows, till after breakfast, but she insanely, delusionally thinks she's going to church because she left voicemails. And then she cries, why didn't they come get me? Mom, I knew they weren't going to come get you for church unless it's arranged by Saturday. They're not just going to show up here because you leave a voicemail. And the real truth is, and my mom has to face this, they don't want to take you to church. And that's killing my mom. So her response is to really pretend like nothing's wrong and do what she pulled the other night. I begged her to go back to bed, okay? It wasn't insomnia. She didn't even try to go back to bed. She just did what she used to do when she could walk, and when she's having a break, might have a breakdown or whatever, but she's defiant because she feels so bad. She feels abandoned by these people from the church who won't even have the courtesy to return her fucking phone calls, okay? They don't even have the courtesy to do that because then they have to say no to her, and they'd rather just take the easy way out. And Joe and I are disgusted at that. But again, there's nothing I could do about it, and I've been killing myself to sell this place, to get us out of here, okay? It's a different reality now, even for my mom. She doesn't even get to do anything. But she would have. Because I was not going to abandon her. I had no intention of not taking her with me. But if her own mind does this to her, she's on 2.5 hours sleep, and she's going to stand here at this love seat and balance and be fooling around with her shit when she's wobbly instead of sitting down and safely fooling around with her shit. It was an accident waiting to happen, okay? I never imagined it'd be this bad, but I had fears, and she has a nonchalant attitude. Mama, you're going to fall. Be careful. Go to bed. You're on 2.5 hours sleep. You're exhausted. I'm not going to fall. Well, how are you feeling? Did you realize, Mom, as you were fucking falling to the ground and then you're in agony because you broke your goddamn hip? And it's too fucking late. So this is my fucking reality, okay? This is, I've never, ever felt this bad before. I'm just, like I said, I don't know if I'll survive. I really don't. In quotations, God help me if I can't sell this place, okay? But even that, I cannot believe this happened. And again, she should have taken a nap. She should never be. You know how she is when she doesn't sleep. She's a zombie, and that's why she fell. And before her surgery, and I called her, she recognized it. She's like, I fell because I was exhausted, Laura. Apparently she's telling people there too how much she loves her daughter and bragging, about me, and I'm just, I can't save her. I can't save her, and it's fucking killing me. This is almost out. I can't save my mother, it's fucking killing me. But no one can say I didn't try and try and try. Remember what Joe said? Remember he sent that link to me about compassion fatigue. I never heard of that before. And that was months ago. I forget what it is, but it's bad, you know, and I have it, where you just, you know, and even people suffering compassion fatigue can end up, you know, it can be really bad for them to the point of, you know, their own. I eat my sandwich. If I'm gonna watch Friends, it's all repeats anyway, so I probably can control that. Especially if I'm in the mood anyway. And this is sitting on my protein, my bone broth protein drink in the organic milk, and the part not organic, so I could use that up too. That meal I made with the beans and the baked beans and that my mom loves. And just quinoa. I can have beans in my meal. I want it gentler though, more mild, like quinoa, some beans, maybe hamburger, chicken, and bone broth, and some spinach. Like I want it way more mild. I made that heavier meal for her, and I was still eating it because it's there and it's food. But now I'm gonna put it in the fucking garbage, not because it's not really good food, because I don't want to eat it. And why am I gonna force myself to eat it? You know, because it's wasting food. All right, we've got a couple minutes. Under the circumstances, who the fuck cares, right? Who cares if I waste the food? It's just food. If my poor mom was still here, she'd be eating it, right? Why should I eat it? Why should I eat it when I don't want to? I do want to. I want to use up. I mean, I like not kidney beans, but garbanzo beans. I can put in with quinoa some garbanzo beans, a lot of bone broth, organic spinach, organic hamburger, garlic spices, and I'd much rather be eating that than eating that heavy bean meal. And I don't want to have the attitude, oh, well, it's going to waste. Oh, the fuck cares? My mom's probably not going to survive, you know? And if she does, she survives. She doesn't know she's headed for a nursing home. And then, you know, I don't. I'm sure she doesn't have the wherewithal to even think that she probably thinks she's coming home. I fell on deaf ears with her. I was in the fucking twilight zone. How can you have the attitude you can't fall? And I'd hear it come out of her mouth. Mama, please be careful. You're gonna fall. You could fall. I'm not gonna fall. I can't combat that. Again, she has the same fucking attitude in the nurse.